Hedgehog and the Magical Quill. Once upon a time in the mystical forest of Elarion, nestled between the roots of an ancient oak tree, resided a kind-hearted hedgehog named Zadie. Possessing a heart as big as the very forest, Zadie spent days wandering the woods, aiding creatures in need and bringing peace to Elarion's inhabitants. One warm and sunny afternoon, as Zadie explored the dense foliage near the Whispering Waterfall, the small hedgehog stumbled upon a beautiful, glistening quill. Vibrant shades of blue and purple seemed to dance across its shimmering surface. Intrigued by the quill's captivating beauty, Zadie picked it up, unaware of the power concealed within. Upon returning home to the ancient oak tree, Zadie decided to test the quill's writing capabilities. The hedgehog dipped the tip into a pot of ink and began scribbling words upon a piece of parchment. As Zadie wrote, something magical occurred. The words began to shimmer and transform, revealing vivid, moving images. The hedgehog's heart raced as it became apparent that this was no ordinary quill. Rather, it had the ability to manifest written words into reality. A sudden thought emerged in Zadie's mind, one that could change the course of history for all Elarion's inhabitants. What if this magical quill could be used to write a brighter future, ensuring the forest's creatures lived in harmony and prosperity? Zadie eagerly wrote about the health and happiness of all the animals inhabiting Elarion, but alas, a looming challenge awaited. No sooner had Zadie lifted the quill from the parchment than a terrible storm began to rage. Furious winds howled through the treetops, and heavy rain battered down upon the forest floor. As Zadie peered through the ancient oak's gnarled roots, the hedgehog noticed a group of woodland animals huddled together, seeking refuge from the storm. Recognizing an opportunity to put the magical quill to use, Zadie decided to rewrite the weather, hoping to bring peace and calm to the creatures in need. Zadie dipped the quill into ink once more and wrote about the sky clearing, the wind subsiding, and the rain dissipating, giving way to a warm and sunny day. Miraculously, the words Zadie penned manifested into reality. The storm receded, and sunlight flooded the forest. The woodland animals, grateful for their newfound safety, approached the hedgehog, curious about the miraculous event that had just transpired. As Zadie shared the story of the magical quill, the animals, elated by the prospect of shaping their destinies, agreed to form a council dedicated to using the quill's powers for the greater good of the forest. Zadie, together with wise owl Persephone, noble deer Elarion, and cunning fox Rowena, set forth to make Elarion an even more magical place to live. A few months later, as Zadie and the council were crafting plans to further enhance Elarion's prosperity, they received word of a new danger. An evil sorcerer named Ignatius had entered the forest, intent on harnessing the quill's power to bend the realm to his will. The council convened an urgent meeting to discuss how they might safeguard Elarion from the sorcerer's sinister intentions. Zadie suggested using the quill to create a protective barrier around the forest, one that would repel evil and keep the creatures of Elarion safe. Gathering around the parchment, Zadie wrote the enchanting words describing an impenetrable barrier, encircling the entire forest and shielding it from harm. As the words transformed into vivid images, a brilliant, translucent dome materialized around Elarion. The barrier shimmered with iridescent hues, casting a gentle glow throughout the forest. The council, awed by the enchantment's power, knew their home was safe for the time being. However, the barrier's creation did not go unnoticed. Ignatius, enraged by the council's actions, resolved to breach the barrier by any means necessary. Assembling an army of shadows, he launched a series of relentless attacks upon the enchanted dome. For days, Elarion trembled under the sorcerer's furious onslaught. The woodland creatures, fearing for their safety, turned to Zadie and the council for guidance. After much deliberation, the council came to a unanimous decision: they would use the quill to confront Ignatius directly. Armed with courage and determination, Zadie and the council hatched a plan to draw the sorcerer out of hiding and put an end to his wicked ambitions. Zadie dipped the magical quill into ink and began to write. The enchanting words described a grand feast taking place in the heart of Elarion, a spectacle intended to lure Ignatius into the open. As the words materialized, a sumptuous banquet appeared, brimming with delectable dishes and tantalizing aromas. Music filled the air as woodland creatures gathered to revel in the festivities. Sure enough, the irresistible event captured Ignatius' attention. As the sorcerer made his way to the heart of Elarion, intent on seizing the quill and the council, Zadie and the other council members prepared for the confrontation. As Ignatius approached the banquet, the magical quill began to quiver, sensing the evil that neared. The enchantment that Zadie had written into existence surged with power, and, as Ignatius drew nearer, the quill began to glow. Unbeknownst to the council, the magical quill possessed a hidden ability, the power to vanquish evil. In a blinding flash of light, the quill's enchantment reached out and encased Ignatius, rendering him powerless. As the sorcerer struggled against the magic's unyielding grip, Zadie stepped forward and, with a final flourish of the quill, banished the sorcerer from Elarion, ensuring that the realm would be forever safe from his wicked grasp.